on your page?
Do thank you.
No problem. All right, Lisa, just remember to end it. You just end the Zoom meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
Love you too. Welcome, everyone.
Hello there.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I'm so glad you could join us.
Me too.
So Philip suggested that I ask people if they want to share this. Um, well, actually, you guys are on. Hello. You're on Zoom. So what we're gonna do is I am gonna mute you guys, and then of course, if you have questions, we will unmute you at that point. So thank you everyone for joining us here and in Facebook land and YouTube. If you're on Facebook and you'd like to come into the Zoom room where it's easier for me to answer questions, I put the flyer up as the first post right below this stream, right before we started. So, and on the flyer is the Zoom entry information. So feel free to come on in. Tonight I'm going to be talking with a dear friend of mine. I've known Philip now probably, 3 years?
Oh, yeah, at least three.
At
Yeah.
least. Yeah, it was, oh, actually, you're right. It was like 4 or 5 years because it was through AREI. I met you before COVID. Everything is after COVID, before COVID, during COVID. I happen to know that you are a paranormal investigator,
I am.
and I know you're a great medium, even though you don't work professionally in that field.
That was too much pressure.
I handed off to you when I had to take a leave teaching. I
Uh,
trusted you. Remember?
that was fun. I do remember that now. It's kind of
Yeah.
a doing it, but I remember it now. Yeah.
And one of the most fantastic and intriguing modalities Philip uses is I didn't realize the name was scrying because when I think of the word scrying, Steph is here tonight and she scries, she looks into a stone to help focus her third eye for visions. I have one of my students got me a crystal ball up in Salem, and you look in that. I didn't even realize what you do is also called scrying, and that's where you're making the smoke and taking photographs,
Yes.
and you're capturing images of spirit loved ones.
I don't know who they are, but I'll talk about, when I set my intention to do it, who I ask for. Because, it's like anything with spirit work, it's your intention and setting your intention before you start.
Absolutely. When I'm teaching students, I always ask them to set the intention that we want known spirits to be coming in that can be recognized. So therefore, people can validate.
Yes.
But that doesn't always happen. Like when I do physical mediumship, it's generally not known. I get some of my sitters, loved ones transfiguring, but oftentimes it's unknown and it's just the recognition of the features. So you also use water for this.
Yeah,
And I,
you can use oil, wax dripping in water. There's so many different ways of doing scrying. But the way I do it with electronics, like photographs and video, it's a form of ITC, instrumental transcommunication. So it's not just mental scrying. I'm actually doing something with electronics and taking the photos. So it falls into the ITC category.
and I've just made you a co-host because one of the things you're going to do tonight is share some of these fantastic photos that you've gotten. And is it my recollection that you had a show as well? You were able to display some of this work in an art gallery?
Yeah. Susan Barnes, a lot of you may know and have been in some of her classes. She's a wonderful teacher also. She took several of my images and had them printed onto canvas because they make really pretty artwork, and did a show in Lilydale at her gallery. So, but it was COVID, so I couldn't go. But it was just so exciting that she did that. It was really, really thoughtful of her. But they looked beautiful. I like to be able to afford to do it myself and have my house full of them. But it might be a little strange, but I think it'd be pretty.
I think that would be lovely because it's spirits work. You're capturing it, and you're probably the medium that's helping create it. Because generally, don't they say when we're doing spirit photography, usually there's at least a physical medium in the room. If it's not the photographer, then someone else. And I know Sue well. Actually, I've had the pleasure and honor of sitting with her. We've shared a cabinet where she's gone first, and then I've sat, and it's been lovely. So she's got great energy. Very, very knowledgeable lady.
Actually, one of my photos she's going to use as the cover of her new book on spirit art that's coming out. So
awesome!
Watch
I
for it.
didn't know that. That's fabulous.
Really beautiful picture. Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's the one you're going to have to get put on canvas for your house.
Yeah, she's got it on canvas. It's really pretty.
Oh, I bet. So before we move on to some of the pictures, do you want to fill us in on how you got into doing this?
I'm more of an artsy person, and I had heard about scrying and spirit photography and all these things, and I just found it fascinating because I'm a very visual person. I'll admit someone. So I thought the best way to know about it is to try it. So I just got a big bowl of water one night and a stainless steel bowl and some spotlights. And I said, okay, spirit world, let's try it, and I asked for the highest and best, my guides, my angels, my inspirers, my helpers. And I said, let's see what we get. And lo and behold, here they came. They started showing up, and it became a comfort during the quarantine. I know that's weird to say, but when I was isolating and staying at home, I could these beautiful images, and it was quite comforting to know, I'm not really alone. We all know there's spirits all around us, but to actually see them, it was quite heartwarming. Now, I have to say, before I start showing anything, they're not going to look like yearbook pictures. These are more abstract, ethereal, but you look for eyes, the features, and I'll point things out. And a lot of faces will morph into one face, which is really interesting. So, and people see different things in the images than I do, which that's all part of scrying, because you're looking for inspiration and guidance and things personally for your life. And that's what is going to be revealed to you in the images. So it's whatever you're needing and you ask spirit for, that's what they're going to put in the image.
On that, Phil, before we get to the photos, I know everybody wants to see those, but what's that term that they use? Because we run into it a lot with physical mediumship. I'm so bad.
Pareidolia.
Pareidolia, thank you. Yes. So how does that play? And for those that don't know what that means, our brains are pre-wired to recognize faces in things. So if all of a sudden you're looking at your linoleum kitchen floor and you see your dog's face, or you see, you're looking at a tile and you start seeing faces in it that you've never seen before, that's, I can't say it.
Pareidolia. Pareidolia. Some people, it depends on.
Pareidolia. That's what I'm terrible at saying it. That's why they should never. Now that is not the same, of course, as seeing something through your third eye clairvoyantly.
Yes.
And being influenced by spirit to see it. So
And
it's a very fine line, isn't it?
yeah, it's some of them. People ask me all the time, are we just putting that together, random objects putting in order to look like a face? You may be, but that's maybe what you need to be seeing. I mean, I don't have all the answers, but when I see an image in my photos, I feel it. It's like, okay, that's a spirit. Now, I don't know, but I think some may be extraterrestrial or interdimensional because they have facial features, but some have like really big almond eyes or some things that I'm like, I don't know if that's a person, but it's humanish. So, there's other dimensions all around us. So I don't know if they're peeping through. I don't believe they're all human spirit.
Okay, so it can be one of two things with that. First of all, it could be the spirit didn't fully form,
Mm-hmm.
right, when the picture captured the image.
Yes.
And when you're taking pictures, I'm curious. I know this will be in the how-to part of the talk, but are you setting the camera shutter speed at a certain?
I video. I don't do still pictures. I do
Oh,
about no more than 30 to 40 seconds of videoing. And then I go through frame by frame. Yeah, it just seems to work out better because I can back up and go forwards and backwards with the video and to tune in to see if that's really, what I think it is. Yeah, video just seems to be more efficient way to do it for me. And started out with a nice, camcorder doing it, but I realized my iPhone is a 4K video, and that's how I do most of them. It's just with my iPhone.
okay, because when we're taking pictures from our physical sittings, we do use a camera, not a video. One of the girls bought a video camera but hasn't learned how to use it. We're not too with it. But we have the shutter speed at like 25-second delay in order to capture. So where was I going with that? Okay, so sometimes the images that appear that might be ET might actually just be the spirit hadn't fully formed.
Yes.
And maybe they wouldn't have fully formed because not every spirit can get a formation on the first try or the try that you're taking the picture. Secondly, it could be an ET. And, I'm a firm believer. Of course, if you asked me 20 years ago when I was practicing law, doing wills and trusts, and you told me that, about ETs, I would have questioned your testamentary capacity to sign a will. But having sat in a cabinet and having had alien faces transfigured over me, I have a new respect and a new understanding of life. So, but again, you've got to kind of iron it out. I do know that we have folks watching us on Facebook, but there we go. I'm back. So I just want to say hi to everybody. Oh, Bill Davis is watching on Facebook, and he said he's bought your books because you have 3 books on this topic, correct?
I do. They're not literary books. They're more photo books. So you're not going to read a whole lot. You're going to get a brief description of what I do, but the rest are just photos.
Well, those are the best kind of books, especially if we want to. It's like, Dr. Emoto's books. It's enough with the writing, we want to look at the pictures, the visuals. Yeah. And with your pictures, we want to see spirit in there. So I want to give a shout out to Tony, D, Kim, Cutie. We said hi to Bill. Amy's here. Hello, sweetheart. If any of you guys want to join the Zoom room, I did put the flyer up right before we started the stream. So if you scroll down one of my posts, you'll see the Zoom entry data, and feel free to come in the Zoom room. It's just much easier for me to get your questions if I see them on this screen. So, Phil, at this point, would you like to share your photos? can
let's
have them in the background and people can see those while we're chatting.
absolutely let me pull this up. Okay, can everyone see that?
It looks good.
Okay. All right, let's go here.
Oh, my high school best friend just signed on. Awesome. Hi, Melissa,
Oh, wow.
from high school.
Okay, so scrying, it's an ancient form of divination. You know, divination is spirit communication, working with spirit. It's also been called various names such as seeing or peeping. It's a way of looking into the past, present, or future. If you look into a suitable medium, as you mentioned earlier, you can do a crystal ball, a black mirror, smoke, steam. You know, I do water. You know, there's also oil, cloud, fire. There's lots of mediums that people can use for scrying.
And he doesn't mean the human kind.
Now, I've done black mirror scrying before, but that was interesting. But you're doing this, you know, with the objective of personal guidance, prophecy, a revelation. I do it for inspiration, and this has been done, you know, through the ages for, you know, thousands of years. So this isn't anything new. Now, the water method, I use a variety of things. I use stainless steel bowls. You want something reflective, but not mirror type reflective, because you'll just get the light that you use bouncing back into your lens. So something like just a stainless steel salad bowl. I mean, I've got another picture. It's you don't have to spend money on anything really. I use a technique with a glass jar, which well, there's a bit. I've got some sitting back here, but and I use a variety of different kinds of lights. I use red lights, whites, full spectrum lights, which are all, you know, infrared, UV, and all the primary colors. And I'll do some outside in natural sunlight, which gives you a whole different color combination, especially if there's trees overhead and clouds. If anybody has questions during this, if they want to get your attention and then ask.
I have a question.
Yes.
What happens with the different lights, the different colors? Because I know we use different colors in physical, but what's the effect when you're using different colors with the scrying?
You will see it gives the spirits something else to work with to create an image.
Okay.
They get very artistic, which is, you know, even more beautiful. So you'll see what difference it makes other than just white light.
And do you have a preference yourself? Do you prefer red over blue or green or?
I like a combination. I will show you. Can you see this one?
Uh-huh.
It has red, green, blue, infrared, UV, and a very pale purple. So I use that one a lot. I will place it at the bottom of the jar, and I'll put the jar in my lap and the lights at the bottom of the jar. And then I just move the jar with my legs. I know that sounds crazy, but it works. And then I ask spirit to please come and show themselves in the water.
Philip, so the jar's got the lid on, and do you have the jar sideways in your leg so you're looking through the glass?
I have one side.
Sorry if I sound dumb, but I haven't done this.
I have one side of the jar painted and the other clear, so it gives a background. And this one I have white, and I have one in black, and one in like a gold color. I mean, I just experimented, you know, it's like I got inspired, just started trying different things, and they all seem to work.
Well, one of my sitters in my private circle, Shambhala Circle, is Karen Link, and she listened to one of your lectures, I guess maybe for AREI, and
Yes.
she started it and had wonderful success. She did what you had explained
Oh,
to
great.
everyone.
I'd like to see some. She needs to send me some.
I'll tell her to reach out to you. And she had great experience, and she had never tried it before she listened to you. So that's why I'm asking these questions. I know I know Stephanie's been scrying with the stones, and I think she wants to try this, right, dear? And I'm sure there's going to be some other people.
You
I'd like
can
to try it.
photograph crystals, get really close into the crystal and do scrying that way. And I have done it a couple times. Seems to be a lot more work, but I have gotten images in the crystal in photos. So you can do crystal scrying with a camera and get images.
Awesome.
It's
Okay, so no more interrupting. So now except I have another question. The room, is it darkened?
It makes no difference. I sometimes have a cut glass front door that the light comes in and will make spectrum colors sometimes. And if it's really vivid, I'll grab one of my jars and hold it up in front of the light coming through the front door and get images. So,
Oh, wow.
There's just no yes or no's, rights or wrongs with it. I mean, if they want to show themselves, they're going to show themselves. Yeah, when I first started doing it, I blacked out the room, set the power, blah, 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 did all that stuff. And now I can just pick up the jar and say, is there anyone here that would like to show themselves and be remembered? And, I'll do it for 30 seconds and get 10 great images, or I may get 0 images. It just depends on if they're in the mood or not.
Right, no expectations.
Yeah, or my energy. I don't know how that could affect it, but sometimes I actually will walk by. This is my office room, and I would just be pulled in to do something and and it's like, okay, somebody wants to show me something. I mean, it's energy. You can feel it.
Absolutely. One of the earlier ones that I've seen that you posted, I'm going back a few years ago, with my dog. And I recognized it right away.
Oh, well, ladies, one I've got coming up to me is a poodle. So
No, he wasn't a poodle, but nobody claimed it. You put it up there, and I'm like, I think that's mine.
I have done it for other people. I've had people send me a photo, and I'll put their photo on the screen, and I'll do a scrying session in front of the computer and their picture, and I'll say, is there anyone for this person that would like to come through? And then I'll send them the photos. I've done that before.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Okay. And this one picture, I have a stained glass light bulb that right there that puts a lot of pretty colors in the water. So I'll do that sometimes, but there's just a big stainless steel mixing bowl. And another vessel that I use is my black crock pot. It gets beautiful images. I mean, you can use anything. I don't want you to have to run to the craft store and buy a bunch of stuff. Go in your kitchen and just pull out some pots and pans.
That's like really cool, because my daughter bought me a crock pot and we still haven't figured out how to use it. Maybe I'll use it for this instead.
If it's black ceramic, yeah, try it, because I got some.
It is black ceramic. And I also have the stainless steel dog water dishes. I've got tons of pet dishes here. So
I will say the black vest bowls work great with the colored lights.
I have those from the cabinet. All right, cool.
So now we'll get into the smoke method. I use mainly the atomizer. I'm sure you've all seen these. You put the little the scented oils in there, and then they fill the room with pretty, aromas. But when I do the scrying, I don't put the oils in the water. But that's just an image of what, the steam or vapor looks like coming out of this atomizer. And I will place the colored lights, underneath. This one's just a plain LED white light. But there's no image in that. I just wanted to show what the technique was. Now, I've also done incense and gotten images burning incense. I use Palo Santo instead of sage just because I like the smell better. But if you want to try sage, do it with sage. I have blown out a candle on the dining room table, taken video, and gotten images. So it's like I said, if they want to show themselves, they're going to, use whatever you got to show themselves. But you can use incense, sage, candle smoke,
So the atomizer is steam.
it's a vapor. I don't know if it's really steam, but it's water. I mean, you fill the little bottom basin up with water and then turn it on. This one has colored lights in it, but I don't like to use those while I'm scrying because it doesn't shoot the color up. This thing turns colors.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but these things are very inexpensive. And
But I'm just thinking for anybody that has an allergy or asthma that maybe can't have smoke, they could use the steam though.
yes, because these are great. I put this by my bed to put moisture in the air a lot of times during the winter. So that's why I had it in the first place.
Bill Davis says that he sees it looks like a little bear grabbing the atomizer.
Oh,
I see that. I can see that one, Bill. I agree with you.
Very good. All right, moving on. Okay, so this first one is with the atomizer. And right here, I want to see if you see the face, the eyes, the nose, the lips. Seems to be some black hair around the edges, and this is the chin.
I see that, but to me, she looks like the Wicked Witch with the big chin and the big.
Well, then there's an overlay. But you see, on top of it is an overlay with another one with the lips and the chin, the nose. But the main one is right in here. The good thing about this is people will be able to go back later and look at this and stop it and look closely, because there's a lot of times there's things hidden in here. Like I just saw one that I didn't see a minute ago. Now I lost it. There's another one down in here.
Yep.
Now this one,
I see the face. You can't see where my finger is, but if you move your little, right there, right up. Yep. That's it, right below it. That it.
yeah, there's one there.
Oh my God, that's like crystal clear, that face. I see her lips, her nose, her hair pulled back, dark eyes. Yep, like a person. It looks like.
And here's like a very faint one trying to come through, eyes, nose. I've done this so many times, I know what I'm looking for.
But I see a bird. I see a cardinal. If anybody needs a cardinal for a sign, I'm seeing a cardinal.
And here's a figure with shoulders, looks like an arm. And just go back.
Yes, I see that.
Yeah.
Am I the only one seeing it? Nobody else is commenting.
Now this one is with the jar with the white backing on it, and you see clearly the face, the eye here, nose, the lips. Here's the chin, the jawline, the top of the head, and the neck. And that one's done with water. You guys see that one?
Yeah.
It looks like she's just laid back, relaxing to me.
Beautiful.
Now, this one, to me, there's a face here, a man's profile coming out with the eye, the nose, lips, chin. But this, to me, looks like a dog.
Oh, God, that's a German Shepherd.
And the eyes, the muzzle, the bottom jaw, and then the two legs. There's a leg, and then the head, and then the body goes off that way, and there's the back of the dog. I mean, that's what I see.
I definitely see the head. Oh, actually, wow, that looks like a German Shepherd with his mouth open, and then that also makes the nose.
Yeah.
And there's the dog, and it's more of a lab dog, looking at it that way. But I just see that shepherd really clear.
Do you see the outline of this odd face here?
Yup, that looks like an alien or an octopus.
Not quite sure, but I see the eye, the nose, the chin.
Yeah. Wow, that's a terrific one.
So those two are smoke, and the one in the center is the water. Now, this one is with the jar also sitting in my lap, because that's my blue jeans right there. But you can see the side of this face here. There's the eye, the nose, the lips, the chin. Then there's a face in here. There's an eye, the nose, the two lips. So this one's a few morphed in together.
Oh, wow. And then Elaine, who's in the Zoom room, the one I said was an octopus, she thought it looked like an owl. She's probably right.
I found owl feathers on my deck before.
we have a great horned owl's nest right around the corner from me now.
Well, I've never seen one. I just seen the feathers. But there's also a face right here. Here's the top of the head. I don't know if it's a hat or something, but there's an eye, the nose, the lips, the chin. Yeah, there's different things hidden in these. And now go on to this one is with the vapor, but there's the eye, the nose, the lips, the chin, the top of the head. And I don't know if that's human, alien, or interdimensional, but I definitely see the face there because to me, I see an expression.
Oh, I see an animal up in the yeah, I see the head of an animal.
And if you turn these upside down in different ways, you will see different things. And there's also a face.
They remind me of the orb pictures when you zoom into the orb pictures.
Yeah. Different things will reveal themselves. Now, my books, it's best to get a magnifying sheet and go over them because different things pop out, which is kind of fun. It's like treasure hunting.
It is. Richard Scary for adults.
Yeah. Any other questions before I flip over to the next one?
I don't see any questions, and I'm checking the Facebook. Oh, DT Groth sees it. Lisa Ashton's looking for a sign from her mom. Well, I thought I saw a cardinal, and that was supposed to be a sign for someone, Lisa. So if cardinals are a sign, that might have been for you. And Joe thinks this is a very cool, Joe Civiletti. I'm sorry if I just butchered your name. And Bernie's here, and he likes the presentation too.
Oh, good. All right, we'll go on to the next one. Now, these are a little more abstract, but when you look closely into this, you will see there's a woman's face, and she seems to have a big bonnet on, which turns into another face. But then there's a smaller woman down here, and it seems to be that she has her arm around her. This may take you a few minutes to focus in on, but then there's a face here.
That's a dog.
There's an eye. It could be a dog, could be a person.
Oh.
There's
I see a snoot.
Now, if you look up here in this corner, it's a very clear face, but it looks like there's white around the mouth.
Is that a bear?
Can't tell. To me, it looks more human.
I'm sorry, guys. Apparently, Spirit's got me on animal vibes tonight.
That's why you may need to be seen, you know. But I thought this one was neat because there's a few things in this, more like a little vignette to me. Like this one's up here overlooking the whole thing. This one's looking down here.
And Elaine sees a monkey on the bottom.
And I get monkeys a lot, which is really interesting. I think it's one of my spirit animals.
I was going to say, could that be one of your
I get
lifelong ones?
I just thought that was a fun one to put in here because there's a lot. When you dissect it and look into it, there's a lot going on.
This is great. I love this.
Now, this one I put in here just because I just thought it was really cool. But right here.
Oh, wow. That's clear. That's a man.
Got a big grin. You can see the white teeth, the nose, the eyes.
I see the depth of the nose. It's like three-dimensional.
Yeah. And then I don't know if these are the shoulders and this is the body, but I don't know. I
don't know about that. I just see the face so clear and with depth. And actually, I guess you could say he's got ears, but
yeah, I don't know.
And then, oh no, there's a hairline. Yeah, right there. That's like hair. Like he's got a receding hairline, but it's black that back. I'm
There's
excited.
that one tree. And I think there's one trying to come in back here. It looks like they're in a white hood or something, but there's eye, nose, mouth. This is the outline of the face. I mean,
I
I think
see him. Yeah, he just
yeah.
didn't fully form in
Mhm.
that particular frame. No, I definitely see him. Wow, that's so
Yeah, that one was
cool.
fun because I just see that big smile and I like that. Now this one is
Hey, go back to that one.
this
Do you
one
see a little mustache over that guy?
right here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's a mustache or an upper lip. So,
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking that just kind of flew at me. Rudy Valentino.
oh,
Now, Rudy Valentino is very active on the other side. Didn't he used to sing during Leslie Flint's seances?
oh, really?
So, for those aren't that familiar with physical mediumship, the room would be dark, and Rudy Valentino was on the other side, and his voice would come through independent of the medium, and
Wow.
he would be singing, because that's what he did. Rudy Valentino. He was an actor and a singer, I think. Um, so to me, that reminds me of him. I just kind of got, I don't know,
Well,
because
I
it would
like
seem
this
that they would be
with him, so it's
they would
very
be interested in this type of work. And just so you guys understand, a lot of times you get the more famous personalities that are coming through physical seances because it's more for the entire group to be able to recognize versus when you do mental mediumship and you bring in through the evidence to prove it's grandma for some person in the audience. It's a little different with the physical stuff. So that's really cool. I think that might be him. And if not, then someone looks like
still
him.
a cool picture.
Yeah.
Now this is a lady with a big hat, and she's
Oh,
pulled down over her eyes, but this is her mouth, her ear, her chin. That's the neck, the throat, and the shoulders. But you see how she's looking back with the big hat on?
wow. I want to mention somebody in Facebook land, Joe Silviletti, said she turned down the brightness of her laptop
Uh,
screen, and this has enabled her to see the images more clearly. So if anybody else wants to try that with their own screens, if it assists, that's fantastic. Wow. Look at that
so it's
lady.
like she's just having a good time to me. Just like look back, like, hey, I'm fabulous. I mean, that's what I get when I look at this. It's like, I mean, that's a clear big hat to me with a big brim.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Easter. It's like
yeah,
an Easter hat for the Easter parade, Easter bonnet, right?
the ear clearly right there. So I just thought that was a fun one to put in tonight to show you was something with some color.
And that's with water.
That's the water, yeah.
Wow.
And I think of the blue light. One of my lights, was obviously blue, but I've got others with more colors coming. So now these are all with the smoke or the vapor, whichever you want to call it. But right here is a big one with a big wide open mouth. Can you see this? And then one right here, but there's an eye. The nose is in here, but this to me is a mouth, and this is a big chin right here. You guys see that? It takes a minute, and then when you see it, you see it. It's not fully formed. It's like this is the most full part of the face. This is all hair up here.
Well, oh, here's my little marker. I see what looks like owl eyes
There.
or a bird of prey. There's the little feathers right there with the eyes and the beak.
There's a little tiny person in there.
I see that.
Yep. But it's interesting how other little ones make
Oh,
them.
hey, Sandy. Sandy's on. Ingham. Hi, Sandy Ingham. It's my buddy.
Oh, okay. But
It's late
there's
for her.
a profile trying to come in there. The eyes, mouth. Now this one I thought was kind of cool. This a long neck lady with her hair piled on top of her head, with the eye
Yeah.
there, the nose, the mouth, and then
Wow.
one here, the eye, the nose, the chin. With to me that looks like a big bunch of hair. You
I
guys
see
get it?
this lady. I see her. That is just incredible. Look at the detail. Wow.
And it's got pretty lips to me, but just two ladies out on the town in this.
Yeah, fantastic. Probably like two sisters coming through, right?
I just thought that one was really pretty.
And then I see another little face right here
Can't tell where. Yeah, there's things.
trying to come through.
Yeah. Then
Maybe
we pop
not.
over to this one, and
I feel like that's a little nose for a dog, and there's his eyes. It looks like a pit bull with its ears cut down. You know, they get those
and
breed
also
standards.
look right here. There's one trying to come in here with the eye, the mouth, the chin, with the head.
Cool.
Now we pop over to this one, and there's two main things here, but there's a face in here, the
Yeah.
eyes, the big mouth open, the chin, and then this is the forehead, eye, the cheek, the mouth, the chin, the other eye, and the nose, like kind of looking up to the corner of the looking up this way.
Okay. Now, I have a question. What's the medium?
That is the atomizer there.
Oh, okay.
That's the vapor coming up.
Wow.
But I think that clearly looks like maybe a child, a baby, but there's also one in here smiling.
Oh, wait. I see a woman whose lips are there, one eye, two eye, and her hair's here. It's like she's wearing sunglasses. She's like a Marilyn Monroe type of lady back in the 50s with the bleach blonde hair. You see
Big
that?
hair, lots of hair.
Yeah, I see her. Cool. I love this stuff.
All right. Now we're getting into some of the ones with color and water. Now this one, now I said some of these were really, abstract, but here here's the head, there's an eye, the mouth, the nose, and then the other eye has two like lines in it, but the body, which this to me is the chest, and then the waist, and then the rest of the body, and then an arm coming off here because you can see the fingers, and then a little head looking up. But there's the lips. Do you?
I see it similar, but I feel like this is her hair. She's looking at a baby coming through spirit with her baby. So, like, maybe they're reunited. This would be the side of her arm where the hand would be holding the baby. There's her second hand. So this is like shoulder to elbow, and then that's just her legs. But as you pointed out, we can all see things differently. But to me, I just feel like she's coming through to say she's been reunited with her baby.
Yes, that's sweet. I like that. I just thought the colors were really, really pretty with that one.
They're beautiful.
Now this one is the face is here. It's not a pretty face, but there's a hat and then an arm. This is all like frilly clothing to me, but there's the eye, the nose, the mouth, the cheek, the chin, with another hat on. I just thought that one was really pretty.
Very pretty. I wonder what this is.
Yeah, there's some other little things in here that you can all go back and see later. Yeah, this I'm not sure.
There's one of these too over here. Would
Yeah.
could that be like a hair?
That
Like a hair of your pet?
It's just the light reflecting on the water.
Okay, because I have 6 pets, so if I do this, I'll probably get hair in the dish of water.
Um,
And now Sandy's probably laughing, falling off the chair in England because when she stays in my house, that's all she does is roll her.
yeah, we got 2 Shih Tzus, and yes, they do shed. I don't care what anyone says. But no, the light on the water, yeah, that's it. Sometimes it'll reflect back like that.
Sandy Ingham is making a good point. She's wondering how much of our life experience influences what we see in these. You know how you were saying that 3 people could look at the same image and see 3 different things?
Yeah, I mean, our
So,
perspective is based on our life experiences. How we perceive things, is what we've learned in our lives. So, yeah, I mean, that makes total sense.
yeah. And Terry sees a bird in the white picture
Hmm.
to the right, she said.
And this one, I
And
have
somebody else said this middle picture also resembles an ultrasound.
very possible.
Yeah, I mean, oh, left. Terry said left.
Oh.
Okay. Well, Terry, you know what? We're looking at them and they're showing up on both different ways. You're good. Don't worry.
And go back later and do still shots of these on your computer and flip them upside down because there'll be something totally different when they're upside down.
Ooh.
Now this one looks like a little cartoon man to me. You got his blonde hair. You can see the fleshy color of his face, a big blue eye, a little bit of a mouth, got an arm up in the air. Looks like some kind of something on his chest, but this is the body. You see that?
Oh, that is so crystal clear and it's even colored.
Yeah, that's with the full spectrum light. But I mean, the blonde hair, I mean, to me, it's kind of funny. It's just like a cartoon with his little red flesh colored face. And you can see some white of the teeth in there. Not sure what that emblem is. I need to blow that up and see what that is because that looks like, like right over the heart.
Yeah, like a little medal. All right, so I hope I didn't totally screw this up. The Zoom recording is paused, but I think it still records for the stream. So hopefully.
Yeah, it'll be on there. Just
Yeah, sorry guys. This is a huge learning curve for me. And I'm still trying to figure out the computers that I bought. Apparently, when you're middle aged, you shouldn't switch from Dell computers to Apple's. Apple thinks you should remember the names of your files. Oh.
gosh, let's not even talk about that.
So, this is just fantastic. Stream is good.
Now, these are all with the vapor. I wanted to put this one in because I want to see what other people think when I point this out because there's a giant head here with a big eye, got a little horn, and then a black body you can see here. And then there's the legs here. There's a foot. And then a woman's face here with the black hair coming down her arm, and then the bottom of her dress. But her face is right in here.
I see that clearly, Phil.
Mm-hmm. But I can't figure out what this is. To me, it looks like a big Easter bunny. I don't know, or a bird. I'm not sure, but you follow the black line. There's the neck, I guess you would say, and then the 2 little legs coming down. But you see the shape of the foot with a little arch here, and then the toe there.
It looks like a bunny head.
Yeah, I mean
it looks like a bunny rabbit's head.
Yeah. But if you put it upside down, there's a face here looking up at her face.
Yeah, I see like the top of a man's head. Here's his nose. Clearly, then it gets a little blurry. I I
Here,
guess, this is like Sandy's point, what our experiences are. We just kind of see faces when we're doing transfiguration, although sometimes the hand, it was doing that this week. So I don't normally look for bodies when I'm looking, at the orbs with the different. So I see lots of faces though.
yeah, I just started noticing that some of them have more than just a face. Like to me, that's her black hair, her bangs or whatever, and then the hair coming down there, the
Yeah, no,
shoulder.
I agree. Yeah, that's like, and her arm, and
Yeah,
then her skirt, her long dress,
yeah.
and an
So
apron.
I thought that was just kind of interesting. Now we'll go over here, and to me, his little face is perfectly.
That is phenomenal. Wow.
Eye, nose, big
Look at-
cheeks, chin, lips, and I can't tell if that's an ear, but definitely I see the little head there and
Oh, look at him, that little imp.
body. Would you say it's a child, a baby?
Yes, I think it's a child. It's not as crystal clear as a child. It's got a little bit of a nose. Like you
Yeah,
could say it's like an animal, but I think that spirit was forming into a child's face quite clearly.
yeah,
Beautiful baby. That's what Elaine thinks as well. Um,
it was sweet.
yeah, just coming through to say hi to mommy.
And you can look right here,
Oh yeah.
eye, nose, mouth. Yep. There's a few other things in here when you start looking, and then mouth, the nose, cheek, and eye. Bit
Oh
of
yeah.
come through.
Sandy's pointing out the ET. Here's the eyes on the very top. And she's saying what you would see in the ancient pyramids.
Hmm.
So I haven't been to them, but I do see what appears to look like a ET, eyes looking over.
Yeah, there's so much, and then something right here with a big mouth. There's an eye. Not quite sure, but you can keep looking and pulling out things forever. I will pop over here and see this lady coming through right here with her lips and her teeth showing, her big nose. There's an eye. There's an eye. This is hair.
I see.
Face.
Wow, the teeth are so clear.
Yeah, I thought that one was fun. And something possibly right there, but I'm not sure. But I just thought this just looked like a feel-good picture, like big smile. And then there's one right here, just a touch. But yeah, that one, actually, I think that looks like my friend Frances that just passed away now that I look at it.
Oh,
Because that was her nose. Oh, that's interesting.
now did you take the picture though after she passed?
Yeah, that one's
Okay.
really new.
Um, yeah, well, why they would definitely use this to say hello to you. How lovely.
Probably saying thank you for taking care of Pepper for me and getting him a good home. Her dog.
Aw, aren't you sweet?
This one I thought was pretty. This is another water one in the black bowl with just a white light. But here's a big hat, large eye, cheekbones, mouth, nose, chin. Do you see that? It's a not.
Actually, I gotta be honest.
uh,
This film was here, right? It shows the upcoming next slide.
yeah,
I saw it clearer when it was smaller.
yeah. Some of them.
I saw it crystal clear. Wow.
Yeah, sometimes on my phone they're more predominant when I put them on the bigger computer screen.
But this one was, I was like, oh my God, look at the one coming up. I was thinking into my mind. But then, oh no, there it is. I see it now. I definitely see that face. Yeah. But I think it was a little bit clearer when it was smaller,
A
the
lot of them
picture.
are like that. They're less pixelated when they're smaller.
That's, yeah, I mean, because it was just like, oh my goodness, that's fantastic.
This one to me is a nice profile. His eye, his nose. There's the mouth, the ear here, the chin. And once you see that, then you look up here and there's a full figure. There's a leg, there's the profile of the face, the body, some kind of hair or a hat. Can you see that?
Yes.
That would probably be the knee, the leg. I thought that one was
Reminds me of a woman from down worked in the kitchen in the 18 something, and they wore the hat and the.
And this possibly was one trying to come in, I think, the mouth, the chin. And then there's a little tiny one right here.
Yep.
All right. Got 2 more slides. Any other questions before I go to the next one?
Nope. It's all good. And if I miss your comments, I'm sorry.
Now, here's one with multiple faces that turn into one face, but here's a face,
Oh, yeah.
the eye, and then there's another one, the eyes, the
Yep.
nose. Then it turns into this large one here. There's the eye, the eyebrow, the other eye, the mouth, the chin. Then you go over here, and then here's another one trying to come in. So that one, there's all kinds of things morphing together.
So right here, does that look like a little person flying with a little cap on?
Now can't tell where you're pointing to. I can't see because I've got this on my screen.
Oh, okay. I have this little arrow thing where the dark is down towards the bottom of the picture. Yeah, that looks like somebody's body, and their knees are bent. Then there's a little face with like a little beanie on and a sword.
Yeah, that's right here.
That's their legs.
Yeah. So you can just keep finding all kinds of interesting things when you stare into them, just like a crystal ball.
Bill Davis made a comment. We're just seeing like one slide where you've captured the image of the spirit. How is it when you look at the 30 seconds? Do you see these spirits moving at all?
They come in and out.
Yeah.
Instantly. Yeah. No, it's not like you see them just appearing. It's like they're just there in a split instant.
And Dave from Scotland just signed on. It was real late there. So thanks, Dave, for coming in.
And here's another one, smiling. Teeth, you can see the smile, the eyes, the nose. Some more hair up here, but that's what I see in that one is there's a face right here.
Awesome.
And over here, there's her lips, the chin, eye here, the nose here. See that?
Yep.
And there's some other things in here too when you look close. Like right here is a very good one. The eye, the lips, the chin. This is the hair.
Nice.
Now this one is really kind of abstract, but I thought it was cool. But if you look, there's the outline of the face, an eye, a sharp pointed nose, the mouth, and then you turn it this way, and then there's an eye, a chin, and the nose goes this way with the hat on. It kind of turns into a couple different things. Once you look at it, find the eyes.
Yep.
Outline of the face. And then you turn it sideways, and then it's one facing, this way. So I just thought that was a really artsy one.
Nice.
Then this little one here the face is here wearing another hat. I see a hat here with the brim, and then there's the eye, the nose, the mouth, and just just a little one, and then one coming in behind her right there.
I do see that. I see this lady, the little one behind. She looks pretty crystal clear. There's like a black, and that looks like the hair to me with two eyes, and I see the lips and the nose.
It's just fun. It's just fun to see what all you can find in there.
Yeah, it's like Richard Scary for adults. I love it. Oh, I have one question for you. When you're doing the water, do you move the water or do you have it sitting still?
No, you move it. The motion helps them create the images, but you definitely nothing too violently, just gently moving it back and forth is enough.
Okay.
That's it. This is one of my water ones in the steel bowl with this interesting face here with the black robe. It's carrying something. There's his fingers. Somebody said it looks like he's carrying a bird. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And this looks like an owl over here.
Yeah, there's it's like a seagull head here with the beak, the head.
Okay, actually, you're right. That could be a bird of. I would call a bird of prey, though. You know what? We have eagles, ospreys, and red-tailed hawk all over the place.
Red tail. I had to take a red tail baby hawk to the vet one time that was in my backyard. Who wouldn't fly, and I was like, "Come on, buddy, we got to go to the vet."
Well, they're attacking the people in Northport where I live. We live in this little tiny town. Very little crime, but the police blotter has been filled with hawk attacks because they built a nest right on the corner of Main Street and Church, like right at the end of town, and then you walk there down to the water. So they have to get the DEC involved. It's crazy.
That's crazy. I didn't know they would attack people. The one
Yeah,
that I
people-
ended up taking to the vet, I brought him back home. He was fine. He just was psyching me out. We wouldn't fly for hours. And then
Well,
he came back to visit me twice and landed right in front of me. And I was like, well, hello. I thought,
yeah, I don't know. I love them, but I had a mating pair that wanted to make a nest in my backyard, and I sent my dog out every morning at 7 o'clock, and it barked. Just kept
Oh.
barking until they left. So after a couple weeks, it found other nesting areas because I have my daughter's 9-pound Pomeranian that makes dinner for red-tailed hawk.
yeah.
And yeah, so they're awesome to look at. I just don't want them in because here they are. There's the nest is too close to the corner, and they've literally sent people to the hospital.
Yeah, because they have talons. That's why I was afraid to pick that one up, but he didn't bother me.
Well, was it a baby?
It was a baby, but the
Yeah.
baby hawks are still like huge.
And actually, I'll send you a picture later. They are tiny compared to the bald eagle.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
they're constantly fighting with the bald eagle mating pair that we have the next town over, but it hunts over by where I live. So, yeah, you think they're really big until you see it in comparison to a bald eagle, and it's like, ugh. But I don't have problems with my 125-pound white dog, but when you have a small dog, this is like a brand new thing. Because the first time I've had a small dog, because I got it for my daughter when she was 10. So, new concerns.
That would
But
be.
oh, Mary's here. Hey, sweetheart. Mari is my dear friend, and we do a show once a month, and on different animal topics. Or different topics, but we've been talking about animal communication. And Mari and my next show is going to be May 24th. At 2 o'clock, and we will put flyers up on Facebook. But we're going to be doing about signs and more about animal communication because she's phenomenal. And Mari, the beginning part of the show, I kept seeing animals in Philip's scrying pictures, so it was kind of fun.
Well, I hope
but he's
everybody
on
enjoyed it.
Facebook.
And I have tons more on my Facebook page if you want to, anybody wants to friend me and go look at them. I post all the time.
Yeah, so Philip R Wyatt, if you want to connect with him on Facebook and or message him if you have any questions. Now, your 3 books are available if they're interested at Amazon, right?
Amazon, yes.
And would it be beneficial to get the paperback versus the Kindle because it's mostly pictures, or do they come up clear on these Kindles?
The paperback really, because you can get the magnifying glass and look deeper into it than you can on the Kindle. But if you want to, because the Kindle is very inexpensive, and I think it's on if you're in that thing where you pay monthly. Kindle, I don't know what it's called, but I don't think you pay anything for it if you're into that monthly Amazon Kindle club or whatever. So you may not even have to pay for it, but if you want to do that and look at it and see if you want to buy them, you can try it that way.
Okay, because sometimes some books are Kindle fine, but sometimes when you're using pictures,
there's not enough depth with the Kindle for a lot of those images.
Yeah. So, but you guys could take a look at that. And I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. I especially want to thank Philip for taking time out of his very busy schedule. I also want to remind, if anyone's interested, I'm going to be up at Lilydale August 12th, my mother's birthday. And I'll be teaching evidential mediumship using some aspects of trance in order for you to bring out more of the personality trait of the communicator. And then the next day, on Saturday, August 13th, I'm doing a full day of trance called All Aboard for the Greatest Adventure in Life, trance. And as most people know from taking my trance classes, that's like the end all. I love trance. And it's just a fantastic fantastic form of mediumship, one which will influence your mental mediumship, as well as if you're into physical mediumship like myself. Trance will only go to deepen your connection with spirit and enhance your evidence and channeling and every other aspect of mediumship. So think about it. Sue Barnes is up there. And actually, I think I'm there at the beginning of the week is the paranormal week. And then the weekend that I'm there is also the animal communication. So I'm just going to be a happy little camper being up there with everybody.
Paranormal week sounds fun to me.
So, well, no, it's paranormal week. And then I come in on Friday to Saturday, but Friday afternoon to the Sunday, they're doing animal communication and animal services and dedications and things like that. So it's 2 of my favorite things. Okay, so thank you, everyone, and God bless you all. I will, we'll be doing again this next month, and I'll have another guest, and I will let you guys know about it. Philip, it's just been fantastic having you, and take care.